NFL players who are the closest thing to legendary. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Sportstastic. Here are NFL players who are the closest thing to legendary. Number 10, Randy Moss. When it comes to the greatest receivers of all time, Randy Moss is on top of the list for the most NFL fans. Currently ranking 2nd all-time in career receiving touchdowns, 4th all-time in receiving yards, 15th all-time in catches, he dominated in his era and he even earned a spot in the Hall of Fame. Randy Moss changed the game, combining size, speed, and hands. He was nearly unstoppable and responsible for some of the greatest performances from a receiver. He was also a man of the people, putting on shows for the fans and being part of some memorable celebrations. Number 9, Tom Brady. When the debate of the greatest quarterback is being held, Tom Brady is almost always on top of the list. Arguably the closest thing to Michael Jordan with his accomplishments, competitiveness, and most importantly, his 7 rings. Tom Brady might just be a hand's reach from MJ's legacy. Currently on top of most all-time categories, the 42-year-old doesn't show any signs of stopping soon and will most likely set the standard for decades to come. No current or past player has come close to Brady's success in the NFL, which makes him nearly a larger-than-life to football fans. Number 8, Patrick Mahomes. At only 24 years old, we could be witnessing one of the greatest talents to ever come in the NFL. Destined to even take Tom Brady's spot on top of the greatest quarterbacks list, he's got it all. Arm strength, accuracy, scrambling ability, and he's got the charm and charisma to be in the spotlight. As many know, Michael Jordan didn't win his first ring until he was 28, despite being the most dominant player in the NBA at the time. Mahomes won his first ring in 2019 at just 23 years old, and with his talent and weapons, he's bound to win even more before his career is over. He's slowly becoming the face of the NFL, but could he possibly become a Jordan-like figure in sports? Number 7, LaDainian Tomlinson. LT, one of the best running backs of all time and breaker of many running back records, including shattering the season touchdown record. One thing that makes Michael Jordan such a great player was the way he changed the game and how he revolutionized it to the way we play it today. LT did much of the same at his position, making the running back position a staple of the passing game and revolutionizing the way the position is played. The only thing holding back the great LT is the fact he never won any rings in his 10-year NFL career. Number 6, Michael Vick. Speaking of players that changed the game, Michael Vick made it okay for quarterbacks to run around and take hits. Many see Vick as the greatest athlete to ever play due to his uncanny ability to zip the ball and scramble, giving defenses nightmares. His career will forever be tainted by his crimes, but he still managed to redeem himself and influence other players like Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson. He was a mentor to young quarterbacks, he was exciting to watch, and he did it before he was cool. Much like Michael Jordan, he may not have the accolades Jordan did, but he had the influence during his time. Number 5, Peyton Manning. When it comes to pure talent and commitment to perfection, Michael Jordan set the pace and simply outworked his opponents and took everything to the next level, thanks to his intense competitiveness. When it comes to near perfection at the quarterback position, there wasn't any player more perfect for the position than Peyton Manning. Like Jordan, Manning had high expectations coming to the league and became an instant star as soon as he hit the field for the first time. He has just about every record and is considered by most to be a football god. Even 4 years after his retirement, Manning is still respected and loved by all. Number 4, Jerry Rice. Before Randy Moss came in and dominated the gridiron, there was Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was one of the most dominant players of his time, ranking 1st all-time in receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions. No other receiver has even gotten close. Rice continues to be standard today, even 2 decades after his retirement. He had the charisma and swagger to be a star he wasn't afraid to show off. Number 3, Walter Payton. In his 13-year career, Walter Payton not only became a great running back, but also became one of the most versatile. Currently on top of the list all time for career rushing yards, touchdowns, carries, yards from scrimmage, and all-purpose yards. He also has the most receptions by a non-receiver, and is tied for first in passing touchdowns by a non-quarterback. Walter Payton unfortunately passed away in 1999, but the legacy lives on with the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, given to an NFL player that goes above and beyond for their community. Number 2, Warren Moon. Warren Moon played football in an unfortunate time when the black quarterback was nearly unheard of. Fortunately, Moon found success and opened the door for many African American athletes who wanted to play quarterback. He may not have had the same success as Jordan in the playoffs, but he did win 5 Grey Cups during his stint in the CFL. Today is remembered forever in the Hall of Fame. Number 1, Lamar Jackson. Like Patrick Mahomes, the 22-year-old Lamar Jackson is destined to take over the NFL and go down as one of the best to ever do it. In just 2 years in the league, Jackson has quickly become one of the most exciting players to watch and has taken Mike Vick's skill a step further by being the first quarterback in NFL history to rush over 1,000 yards. He is also the youngest MVP ever, and although he hasn't found success in the playoffs yet, he still has about 6 years to win at least his first ring. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the next 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, see you in the next one.